the scoring punch, off the bench. I thought, Jordan off the dribble today was fantastic. Plus the three-point shooting, and both guys have been sturdier defensively. In a game that we didn't necessarily guard very well.
How did you navigate the early foul trouble of Adama?
Well, I think we just made a conscious decision to play him with 2 fouls and in these first halves, and just so he could get a little bit more of a rhythm. And I thought he was better in the second half, but obviously, we were able to play well without him at his best.
And you had to be happy with the offense overall. The second best shooting game of the year. What made the offense so effective?
Yeah, I thought we had a good mix of transition and inside out, and I just think these guys really understand the types of things that we're running offensively, and minus the lack of ball security at times. I thought it was a pretty solid.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. That's UConn coach Dan Hurley.
Okay, guys.
No, I was going to say RJ transferred from this area up to you. Can you just talk a little bit about what he's meant to the program since he got to UConn?
Yeah, I think we knew that RJ was this type of player, and watching his games at Howard versus Indiana and versus Georgetown, where he was productive and played at a high level versus the high majors. But he's your quintessential quarterback out there. He's got the IQ, he's got the skill, he's got the leadership qualities, and he does a heck of a job quarterbacking the Huskies.
Last year, he was in more of a secondary role, kind of playing with James. This year, kind of taking on that leadership role. What have you seen from him, kind of taking that step this season?
I mean, he's you go into a year and you lose a killer like Bouknight, and you literally go into the season saying he's got to get 15 or 16 and 4 and 5 assists. So, I mean, from day one, RJ has given us, statistically exactly what we've needed. There's obviously a bunch of intangibles that he brings too, but RJ has given this team exactly what it's needed at the guard spot after losing a dynamic guy.
There were a couple of possessions Georgetown had like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. Was that a point of emphasis in the huddle? I know Tyrese had about 11 or 12 in the first half.
Yeah. It wasn't a point of emphasis. It was a point of anger. And, the staff was beside itself angry, and there was some frustration in the huddle. We were just a little, credit Georgetown. They played incredibly hard. Patrick had those guys, they know how we go nightly, and those guys were ready to play. So I'll credit Georgetown on some of it, and some of it was, was self-inflicted.
You touched on Hawkins a little bit earlier. Obviously, it's a homecoming game for him. That kind of big time kind of got you guys going in the beginning. What has he brought to you guys this year, and what have you seen from him development-wise? Yeah,
that was the first play of the game that we actually played with force. I thought that was the first play, and it came from, from a freshman that was a pretty big deal in the DMV. Listen, when guys come back home, it either goes really good or really bad. There's rarely a middle ground with that type of thing, and it just speaks to his mental makeup and his talents and abilities, just how well he played there. But this has been something that's been coming for him. He's been playing well the last several games, in big games too.
Georgetown's obviously a team that's trying to do anything they can to win. How important was that stretch towards the end of the first half to kind of get some distance between a very desperate team? Yeah,
that last 8 minutes was critical in the first half. To try to demoralize them going into half. We wanted to, extend the lead, obviously, demoralize them as much as possible. Because you know what they're feeling in the other locker room. It was, we finished the first half exactly the way a veteran team should.
You guys have won 5 straight now. I mean, what has changed for you guys during this stretch, if anything at all?
Well, I think we've gotten, healthier. This is a heck of a league. I mean, to win a game in this league this year is very, very challenging. So, the team is just it's found a rhythm. We went through, a tough stretch where we lost to Creighton at home and at Villanova, but you're going to lose games in this league. It's hard to win a game. So I think we went through one of those valleys during the course of the year that all teams go through, and now we're playing good ball.
How important is it for Hawkins and Pauly to both score in the same game? There's been games when Pauly scored, games when Hawkins scored. Tonight, they both did.
Yeah, I mean, we have it allows us to take things to another level in terms of what we can accomplish with the team. Because the one question mark about this team is, here's the firepower from the perimeter. Do they have enough firepower to to beat the best teams? And if we get that type of production from our bench, we know how we rebound, we know how we defend.
How's Jordan doing after?
I think he's okay. I don't think I think we kept him out precautionary, and so I don't think it's a concussion. But I guess we'll find out more here and update you guys on Tuesday.
And obviously 2 more games to finish the season, and then obviously heading to Madison Square Garden for the tournament. What do you think you guys have to work on, or what do you want to see from your team to kind of head to the tournament this season?
Yeah, I mean, just sticking to our identity. I mean, the most mature teams, the most successful teams, they understand who they are this time of year, and they play to their identity, they play to their roles. I mean, it all starts at the defensive end of the court for us, and then it goes to the backboard. Those are the 2 areas where we build our identity and our culture around. And then offensively, the 18 assists today. I thought we did a good job, minus the turnovers, of throwing the ball where the defense dictated the ball go, as opposed to guys hunting offense, which is a huge part of being successful this time of year.